Audit Committee, Mr. Goins.
Call to order the Audit Committee meeting. Present are myself, Mr. Larvadan, and Mr. Fowler. Item number 1, to discuss internal audit for all city departments.
This is a matter that let me say something, Mr. Goins, please. This is a matter that I put on the agenda. I want, since the administration is not here, I want an internal audit to look at all divisions. I want them to look at credit card purchase, travel vouchers. I want them to look at the entire budget to make sure that we're spending the taxpayers' monies wisely. I think once we get an audit, we'll be in a position where we'll know where money is located, ways we can cut, ways we cannot cut. But that's why I put them, because I want to get a better financial picture of our city, what we're doing. We realize that we're in a difficult financial crunch with tax revenue, but we want to be economically feasible and be smart with our money and be conservative. So that's why I've decided that we need to put an audit so we can have a good financial position in what's going on.
Councilman Lawrence Johnson.
Oh yes, I think that's a great suggestion coming from Mr. Larvadan and this committee, and also you as chairman, Mr. Goins. And one of the things I think that needs to be done is that we have a timetable put on this audit to also come back and know where we are at budget time.
It's my impression that the administration at present is conducting internal audits throughout the city and in each department. It falls under their responsibility and has asked for our consideration, and in due time they'll report to us. Some of these things may involve litigation, possible criminal activity, and so forth, and I don't think it'd be wise to have an open forum on that at this time. Also, as far as an internal auditor is concerned, we walked this ground before many years ago. If we do put an internal auditor on staff, which we can do, it would be a civil service position, and that auditor would answer to the mayor. So this is great. We already hashed this out in the past, and that's the determination at that point.
Thank you, Mr. Fowler. We'll now hear from Ms. von+jennings.
Thank you, Mr. Goins. Appropriate at this time, a discussion on wasting money. This morning, you all saw 2 articles in the newspaper, one of which discussed the mayor and his staff hiring a private detective to follow me on December 10th. I can't say how ridiculous, how sleazy, how irresponsible these actions were. And it was even more disgusting to me when I realized that on December 10th, I was at Rapides Regional Hospital admitting my grandmother into the hospital. I went there with her at 9 a.m. or so. She was admitted at 12:26 p.m. and I stayed there with her until 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. that night. I don't know who the mayor's cousin followed, but it was evidently not me, because I did not come to work that day at all, and I reported to the secretary that morning to let her know that my grandmother woke up that morning with a condition that obviously required immediate medical attention, and I, as her primary caretaker and her only relative in the city, took her to the hospital, and that's where I remained the rest of the day. I was not at CC's Pizza, and I was not at a mechanic shop. So I don't know who the mayor's cousin, detective, whomever he is, who he followed, but the report is obviously not correct. It was not me, and it's ridiculous that the taxpayers' money is being wasted on following employees when we have drainage problems, when we have crime problems, and the fact is, all of this is about the fact that minority business participation for last fiscal year was 1%. And we can try all the smoke screens and we can distract away from what the real issue is, but that's what the real issue is. And I was responsible for trying to increase that, along with the mayor's support and along with Ms. McGill's support and the rest of the staff, and I never got it. So hiring a detective to follow me isn't going to make that go away. And I thank you, Mr. Goins, for allowing me to share that with everyone. Particularly, I'd like to thank the Town Talk for putting all of this out in the open and giving me the opportunity to show once again how I am being retaliated against by the administration, because I won't say, or I won't be, or I won't behave the way that you think that I should. But I was a good employee to the mayor. I was not disloyal to the mayor by telling the truth. I was loyal to the citizens of Alexandria, and I was loyal to myself as a person. Thank you, RT. And you know, the report was leaked to the town talk. It should have been a personnel matter, but it was leaked to the town talk, and now it's very open that it was wrong.
Thank you, Ms. Jennings.
Mr. Goins, could I respond to that briefly?
Certainly.
And let me just address the last thing she said first. The investigative reports were not leaked to the town talk. Mr. Morgan made a public records request, and pursuant to that request, I produced those portions of the file which are public records. The City of Alexandria has always used private detectives. We primarily use them in our workers' comp fraud cases where there are allegations by an employee that they're injured, and then we catch them on the weekends on video picking up pianos and things of that sort. So there's nothing unusual in the spheres of public or private employment about the use of private investigators. Risk management falls under my division, the legal division, so I would be the person responsible for authorizing all use of private investigators. The actual reports I have in front of me here now, there are 4 of them, and if the council would like to view those, I can make copies of them today. Ms. Jennings' assertions that this is retaliation it's just simply not the case. We do this routinely in cases where we think there's employee misconduct at issue. The reason why I authorized this is because I knew that this day would come when Ms. Jennings would try to make this a racial issue. So I had an independent person tail her and video her for several months during this period of time, which we believe she wasn't doing any of her job responsibilities. If y'all would like to see these reports, I'll be glad to give them to you. All the surveillance that was done on her was done in public areas, so that if you were standing on the sidewalk, you could have seen the same thing. Julie Campbell documented the times that she came to work. It was never before 10:30 on any given morning. She was never at City Hall for more than an hour and a half each day. If you look at all these reports, you'll see that she's going to the hairdresser, she's going to the gym, she's going to the mall, she's paying her personal bills. This is all on city time.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Johnson.
No. She made this an issue.
No.
We should be able to respond to it. We should be able to respond to it.
No, but what I'm going to say, I got a point of order. I'm not going to sit here and allow a personnel matter
She
to be
made
discussed.
this a public issue,
I'm talking
Mr. Lawson. She put
I'm not
her
going to allow
personnel
a
file
personnel
into
issue.
the public domain.
Mr. Johnson.
We should be able to respond. This should not be a one-sided
Johnson.
debate.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, sir.
I'm talking. I don't want to hear. If it's the wishes of this body to overrule it, that's fine. A personnel issue here, and I do understand what you're saying. I don't want to hear about beauty shop visits. You said your point. I want to get to the specifics. I do want to know, if we're hiring investigators, I mean, I just find it peculiar when we're at will state. If you feel uncomfortable with an employee, it's the prerogative of that person to terminate the employee. But
Certainly right.
Of course, I don't understand, but I just don't want, when this council starts getting into personnel issues and you making accusations about an employee,
Ms. Lawson,
then I think it puts us in a curious
I'm not making accusations. These are the reports right here. If you'd like to see the videos, you're welcome to do that also. Everywhere she was surveilled was in a public place. She had no expectation of privacy anywhere where she was under surveillance. And Morgan has the reports. He selectively chose to print the portions of it that he wanted to, but if the public wants to see this, it's available to you.
Just as a point of clarification, gentlemen, I would like to point out that the date of the December 10th surveillance was December 10th, 2007, not December 10th, 2008.
Mr. Fowler.
Just a minute. I have the floor, I believe, Ms. Jennings. This obviously is a personnel matter and a difference of opinion between a previous employee and administration. This is not the venue that this should be aired in, first of all. I think that Ms. Jennings has had her say. I think the administration has had their say.
Wonderful comment.
No, ma'am. And I do not think that any
Mr.
more
Goins,
discussions
go ahead.
should be allowed at this time about that. If Ms. Jennings wants to talk to the town, talk to other folks, she may do so.
I have one
But
final comment, Mr. Goins.
I request that no more of this be held in front of this council. This is not the proper venue for it. Again, I ask that we cease this right now. Both sides have had their say in response, and we should not allow this ever again.
Any other business to come before this committee? I move that we adjourn.
Economic Development